How to go out to clubs and bars as an introverted man. I understand why a lot of people have a problem with the peer perception of, oh, I'm going out by myself. Do I come off as a loser? What do people think of me? I kind of look like a lame ass nigga. You're mostly in your head. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you and not say people don't put that association with you that you go out by yourself, because people absolutely do put that association. You cannot go out to a fucking restaurant by yourself, nigga. You are a bitch, nigga. I think you should start off there. That is something that's going to be way easier than going out to clubs and bars and pool parties by yourself. You go to a restaurant by yourself, nobody really gives a fuck that you're there by yourself. And I know people that actually have this misconception to where, oh, I can't go to a restaurant, I look lonely and I look like I have no friends. Who gives a fuck, right? You're at the restaurant by yourself. Okay, there are other people with families. You don't know these people. Who give a fuck? At least when you go to clubs, pools, and bars, parties, some of these people are either associates or some people you know, or somewhat casuals to where you've seen them before. And I have more so of an understanding for why people can't go to bars and clubs and parties by themselves. But I've done it. I've not only done it in the city that I live in now, I've done it in the city of Raleigh, where I really don't know that many people and still kind of have the same perception of, oh, he might look like a loser or lame. Here I have a lot more associates, so I'm more so bound to run into someone I at least know, to where I could at least bounce off of them if I wanted to. But 9 times out of 10, I don't bounce off of people when I go out. Why? Because I'm not gonna lie and sit up here and act like, oh, I want to talk to these people. I don't want to talk to them. If the person comes up to me and talks to me, or I want to talk to them, then it's just gonna happen. I've only had one girl that I've ever lost in my life going out by myself, and I didn't even lose the girl because I went out by myself. I lost the girl because she had a friend, and she asked me, did I have a friend for her girl? And I said no. That's the only reason why I lost the girl. Yes, do they ask me, did you come here with friends? And I tell them no. Or they'd be like, where are your friends? I'll be like, oh, they're at the crib. Sometimes I might even say, I'm a loser, I don't have no friends. 9 times out of 10, they don't really take that serious unless you look like a loser maybe, or a lame. They might take it seriously. 9 times out of 10, most of the girls that I'm interacting with want to talk to me, and they start the conversations first. My method is, if I'm going to a club, I go to the dance floor and I walk around in the club and I just look for choosing signals. And then if I go to the tiki side, which is basically a bar side, like if there was actually a TV and a place for me to sit down, I probably would sit down and look at the TV and just chill. Depending on the night, there's some good nights, there's some bad nights. I've literally hooked up with a girl the February before last February. It was a snow day. I literally went in, walked around, didn't see nothing I liked, sat down. Once I sat down, these 2 girls started talking to me, another girl started talking to me, and boom, now these 3 girls were fighting for my attention. And the girl that I went home with, she was like, oh, are you talking to them? I was like, no, not really. Why, are you trying to go home? And she was like, absolutely. And we went home together. Like, there's been other times where I sat down and the girl was all over me. A lot of these girls are drunk, not drunk to where they're sloppy and piss poor, drunk to where they're blacked out and shit, but they're drunk to where they're I don't even know how to pronounce that freaking word. Inhabilitators are a lot more open to where they're willing to talk to you and start up a conversation. They have that liquid courage to where, oh, he's by himself, I'm more inclined to talk to him. He's not with her friends. He's not as scary, bro. And these women will come up to you and talk to you if they want to talk to you. Even guys, not even on no homophobic shit. If they want to talk to you and get to know you, brother, and like, oh, what's up? What's your name? I can't tell you how many people I've met on a night out. One of the first times I ever went to a strip club was a night where I went out by myself and I ran into this dude, this white dude. We kind of got along. He was cool as fuck. And then we was talking, getting along. And then boom, we ran into these more people. And then the night ended up taking us to a strip club. Now we went to a strip club. The other people were girls. I'm just saying, bro, you could go out by yourself. This is kind of why I like going out as an introvert. Me as an introvert, I don't like really moving off of other people's time. And I more so want to do whatever the fuck I want to do on my time and not have to wait for anyone to be responsible or held liable for other people. So I get to move on my own accord, and I get to go with any other group that I want to go with at any time that I meet in the night. There are caveats to this. If there's any type of, physical altercations, or maybe you're a little bit too intoxicated, there is no one to save you. And then not only that, if the nights are bad, then you have no one to, lean on. As if, let's say I go out with my friend. Whenever I go out with a certain friend, there's never really a bad night whenever we go out. It's never really a bad night because either A, we get some 2-man action going on, or we just have a blast of a night where we don't have no 2-mans or nothing going on. We just have a blast. If I had to choose between going out with a friend or going out by myself, I would say it's about 50-50. I don't mind either one. Now, I will say it did get a little bit harder the more known I got out here and the more associates I got, because then it gets back to me that people think, oh, I'm by myself, I have no friends. And now it's kind of like, oh, when I'm by myself, maybe I do second guess it a little bit more versus when I didn't live here. Not even when I didn't live here. When I first got here, it's kind of like, I don't really give a fuck. These people don't know me. I don't know them. Fuck it, we ball. Versus when I go to Glenwood, Raleigh, it's like the same thing. I don't know these people. These people don't know me. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. And I walk around and I just look for opportunities to meet new people and talk to new people. Going out as an introvert is honestly one of the best things to do, because we can't be cooped up in the crib all day, but we also don't like getting our social battery drained by fucking bullshit. Kind of the both worlds, because I get to go out. If my social battery gets drained, I get to go fucking sit down in the corner and not have to worry about no one. And then I get to go home. And then on top of that, it's a chance for me to actually network and meet new people on my own agenda and my own accord. So I never really had a problem with going out by myself. I'll sit here and I'll tell you the hardest things that I have a hard time going to by myself. And that's probably going to be more so the pool parties. Now the pool parties are going to be a little bit hard because I just feel like that's an environment where people are more so watching a little bit harder, and I guess I'm a little bit more self-conscious in that environment because how I see it is in the clubs, people are fucking drunk, they're jumping up and down, they're worried about the people they're talking to. At a pool parties, kind of people are sitting, drinking, watching stuff, watching people on the chairs in the pool, and it's just thought a little bit more observant. But I will say it's not really that difficult for me. It's a little bit more difficult than clubs and bars. But for instance, if I was a club, walk around on the dance floor, walk around, look for choosing signals, talk to people who talk to me or have interest in me because I only fuck with people who fuck with me. If I'm in a bar, if I was on a more so drinking night, I'd probably sit down at the bar, watch the TV, or just wait for someone to come up to me and just enjoy the scenery and the vibes. I wouldn't really go out of my way to talk to no one because, again, I'm an introvert. I'm not extroverted. I'm not going to go up to people and speak. They're more so going to have to be extroverted and speak to me first, and then I'll be comfortable with them. And whatever the night may go, it may go. As I said, I went to the strip club randomly as fuck with some randoms. And then if I'm at a pool party, honestly, I probably would sit down and act like I'm like tanning or just, in the sun, or maybe just sit in the water. If you really can't do any of these things, I probably would suggest you go out to a restaurant by yourself because that's going to more so be the opener to it. But if you can't even do that, nigga, you might be a bitch made ass nigga, because how the fuck can you not go to a restaurant by your fucking self and eat? And I've actually heard people say like, I don't know if I could do that. Like, I would never do that. Nigga, who gives a fuck, bro? It's like going to McDonald's eating by yourself. I hope and pray there's no one in this world who can't even go to a fast food restaurant and eat by themselves. It's actually quite peaceful to eat by yourself in establishments. I used to do that shit all the time in Chipotle, even though I know it's not like a serious like restaurant. I've done it at like Noodles Mania, and tomorrow I'm actually gonna go to an all-you-can-eat buffet. I'm actually very excited for that by myself. That's how I go out as an introvert. Don't be in your head as much. Stop giving a fuck what other people think. And if you're introverted, you should already kind of have those thoughts, really.